Sabah, Malaysia Borneo, is a state that is truly made for adventure, eco, nature, wildlife, scuba diving holidays. Sabah possesses one of the richest biodiversity on the planet with 53% of its land mass covered by forests. Sabah holds the oldest rainforest in the world. 20% of its land mass is protected by the Sabah government, which means with the unique of natural resources held by Sabah become one of the main attraction in tourism sector.
You will love Malaysia now and forever.
However, there is a place called Marakau that is places in Ranau state of Sabah. This place had a great opportunity to develop as the new tourism destination in Sabah.
This beautiful
Multi-tourism purpose can be created here in Marakau. For example, leisure and recreational tourism, agro-tourism, community-based tourism, and ecotourism. So, what can you do to build the place as tourism destination? First, we must identify the strength. Whatever it is in public investor, private investor, or any unique places or any unique element that can attract people is a great opportunity. From our observation, the strength of Marakau are unique culture and tradition. It holds natural resources with quality environment. There are also agro-based resources found, human capital. In addition, government encouragement in tourism sector which give a huge support to develop tourism destination. With the resources, it turns into great opportunity when human effort, creativity and innovation is applied. Marakau owns a good condition and quality of natural environment that is worth to visit, which lead to ecotourism. Dempurungan Hill, the best place to hiking in Marakau, enable tourists and visitors to discover the beautiful of flora and fauna that living in the ecosystem. Dempurungan Hill can be more attractive if the place managed properly. The hiking trail needed to maintenance for hikers' safety and avoid land erosion. Besides, registration station, map boards, signage, and rest station can be built for tourist convenience. Community-based tourism enable the tourists to discover local habitats and wildlife, celebrate and respect tradition, culture, ritual, and wisdom. Community-based tourism is involving the local community to provide overnight accommodation or so-called homestay service for the tourists. A suggest given to Marakau community. Homestay with theme can be built to provide a leisure place and peaceful environment for tourists. The community in Marakau can use the natural resource and agro-based resource to build a theme homestay. For example, using bamboo as the main green building material to build homestay. Besides, the Trigonath bee farm also can provide homestay service while producing honey. The homestay that's surrounded by green environment can attract more tourists to experience it. Besides, the culture and tradition in is one of the strengths that could turn into opportunity. Besides, the culture and tradition is one of the strengths that could turn into opportunity. Of course, other service or any incentive is able to provide based on your own creativity. Selling products such as handicraft, tradition foods, agro-based products, etc. is one of the incentives to gain more income. Other services like lessons or training can be provided to the tourists to experience the culture. For example, lesson on cooking tradition food, handicraft making, or even training on honeybee process, fish breeding, organic fertilizer making, and so on. What are the challenges and threats you will face during and after the development project? The legality and paperwork issue. Principal agent usually will happen in this situation between the community and the investors. Besides, problems arise are related to environment pollution during the development project and also after the project. That pollution that caused by tourists, ecosystem damage, and land erosion. It is challenging to sustain the environment quality. Besides, lack of staff and due to no one continue the tourism service in rural area as younger generation not willing to stay at the place. Efficiency of service management also one of the challenge that lead to decreasing number of visitors and tourists. So, what should you do and how? To develop tourist project, legal license and contract is a need. A contract and agreement between the community and investor to protect both party rights and benefits. To sustain the environment quality, waste management needed to apply through policy and rules to avoid tourist litter and damage the environment. For example, using registration form with terms and conditions, signage, crowd limitation, and so on. Besides, it is better to use the natural resources or agro-based resources for the construction for sustain the environment, but also lower the cost of production. To make sure the number of tourists and visitors, thus promoting the culture and tradition in Marakau. Engagement project with the private and public agency can bring huge impact for the tourist activity. Conducting events and festival can attract more tourists than usual time. For example, sport activity like marathon, pesta keamatan, a type of Dusun tradition festival, and so on. This can help to community to have a long-term consumer source. When the community engage with the private and public agency. With the engagement, the community able to learn on the modern event management with using modern marketing tools. However, a long-term planning need to be plotted to maintain the number of tourists but also prevent any crisis like recently we faced in COVID-19. You also can attend training and lessons that related in tourist service to gain skills and learn on how to manage tourism service. You could find the information in Tourism Malaysia corporate site. What are the impact of tourism development in Marakau and to the community? First, job creation and more working opportunity provided. As this project must including local community to manage this tourism service. Besides, more economic activity opportunity create as more tourists and visitors will go to the place, which means more consumer source. Private and public investment lead to urbanize the rural area with basic facility and infrastructure. Tourism projects in rural areas brought many impact accom- which help to fulfill the basic needs and convenience such as telecommunication, roads, accommodation, clean water, electricity, and so on. You have such a lot of resources. Use it well. That's all from us. Thank you.